Hello there. This is Terry. My mom sent me another beach shirt. So literal, beach. But it's a little bit chilly here today. We have about 3 days of winter every year, so this is it. I'm enjoying a sweatshirt, trust me. It's usually 94 degrees for about 4 months where I live. But anyway, so I'm glad you're joining me today. You have been learning a lot, and today we're going to talk about something pretty simple. It may sound a little intimidating, but it's not. It's just about your database. Today we're just going to talk about how to set up a database, how to create one. It's really easy. It's really not that complicated. You guys are going to do just fine. You can make it complicated if you want, but you don't have to complicate things. So let's talk first about why. Why do you want a database? I have learned over the years that my database is the key to retirement. It's the key to success. It makes life much more simple for me, much easier to do when you keep a database. It is a little bit of an investment. So at the end of the day or the end of the week, you're going to have to do a little bit of data entry. Now, for someone like me, I'm a people person. Data entry is just not the most exciting thing for me. It is not one of the things that I look forward to waking up to do every day. It's just so simple that I just don't want to take the time to do it. But if you do, then you're going to have some serious success. So let me tell you about some of the ways that you can keep a good database. Now, the database is going to keep all of your customers, your clients, all of your contacts, every living, breathing person that you know needs to be in your database. And you might say, well, Terry, this person is never going to use my services because why would they? They're in a whole different state than I am. The reason it's important is because people are going to help you succeed. People that know you are going to want to send your information to someone someday. So go ahead and put them in your database. Just because they're not right around the corner from you, you still want to add them to your database, and you want to let them know what you're doing so that they can refer you to someone. And it happens all the time. Trust me, it does. So be sure to do that. So your database, the way you can get started, when I said you can do the easy way or you can make it more complicated, I don't know, maybe I'm looking at it wrong, but you can either pay for a monthly database service or you can just create one in Google. So I'm all about just creating one in Google because you know me, I'm going to do the free and easy way. And maybe it's not easy because you have to create a spreadsheet, but no, it's easy. It's really easy. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. You may want to pause this and get a pen and paper so you can write it down. But you're going to basically, now some of you know Excel. I don't know Excel, but in Google, they have something called Sheets. And the sheets are what is a Excel spreadsheet. And it has columns. And in those columns, you're just going to go right across and you're going to add these categories, okay? The first category needs to be the name. You want to put a space for the first name and a space for the last name. Now, as you create this Google spreadsheet, you could use a program I've heard of a program called Salesforce. There's hundreds of them out there. But you can pay for that service, and then it kind of walks you through it and tells you where to put people's information in. I've never used that, but you can. If you like working in a database, you can do that. It's your business. You can do whatever you want. But I'm going to teach you how to create the spreadsheet yourself for free and put everybody's information in Google. So you're going to create this spreadsheet, and you're going to want these fields. Okay, write this down. You need their first name, their last name in 2 separate spaces. And then you need their phone number, their email. You want to get their email. You want to also make a note, a column for the service that you offered them. So if you're a business that offers multiple services, then you want to kind of make a note in there that you picked them up at the airport, or you delivered their groceries, or you did a picnic for them, or whatever service it is that you did for that customer, make sure you make a note of what you did. So service you offered, that's one of the columns. How do you know them? So maybe they came from a resort that they stayed at. Be sure to put that resort name in that column, because then guess what? You're tracking where your business comes from. This is the way you track. This is the way you find out, how am I getting all this business? Oh, this one resort is really hot. They're really helping me out. I need to be sure to send them some love. Or maybe you see that a resort you've been visiting has given you 0 customers. Maybe you go back and say, hey, is there somebody else that you prefer to use? Or what's going on? What's the deal? So you want to make sure that you're tracking where your customers come from, because you want to keep doing that. Keep doing that. Maybe it's an email you sent out. Maybe it was a Facebook post that you posted. Be sure to ask them. All right, you want to know their mailing address, so you need a column for their mailing address, just in case you send them snail mail. You want to know their birthday. You want a column for their birthday. And then here's my last one. This is the one I like. Did they tip? Yes, I actually have a column for that. And the reason I have a column for that is because sometimes some of my services it's kind of expected that they're going to give a tip. And if I discount their service and they don't tip, then I need to make a note to myself that ask them for gratuity to be included with the service price. This way I'm tracking, sometimes they are magnificent tippers. And when I look them up and I see that they gave a $150 tip, yes, I have gotten $150 tips. But when I see that, I want to make sure that I do it again, do that great service again, because these people are going to take care of me. So that's why you have that column. Now, it's as simple as that, but let me tell you, you won't have all of these spaces filled out for every single customer. Don't beat yourself up. You want to have the columns and you want to have the space for that, but you're not going to get all that information. I have tons of clients that I have their phone number, but I don't have their email. I certainly don't have their home address. But, these are goals. And when you have this information from these customers, you're going to be able to do more with them. You're going to be able to sell your business at the end of 10 years to a company that wants to service these customers. So this is important that you keep track of this information so that it becomes more valuable as time goes on. Now, in time, I'm going to teach you how to quartile these customers. So you're going to have a whole list of customers in a database, and in time, you're going to move some of these customers up to the top of the list, and they're what we call alpha clients. And these alpha clients, when they call, you're going to have a top 5 or a top 10 or a top 20 of alpha clients. And you know them. They come every year to your business and ask you for services. I have some alpha clients that call me every week. I have some that call once a month. So these alpha clients, I want their home address. I want to be able to email them, snail mail them. I want to get as much maybe find out their birthday. Yeah, get as much information as I can about them so that I can wish them a happy birthday. They become more and more valuable and important as time goes on, because they have been, referring you and speaking your praises in the Facebook groups. They're talking about you. So be sure you take care of those clients by having them in your database and get their info. If they are talking about you and recommending you, then it would be perfectly fine to message them, call them, and say, hey, so-and-so, I just want to say, hey, first of all, I hope you had a good new year, or whatever you want to say. And I realized that I didn't have your birth date. I didn't have your birth date in my calendar. Just wanted to know what your birth. I don't need to know the year, but what month and day is your birthday? And by the way, I want to be able to snail mail you my new business card. So, what's your home address so I can send it to you? They don't have any problem giving you that information because they are already recommending you. So, be sure to make these connections with people, put them in a database. You're going to use this database for a lot of different reasons, and setting it up doesn't have to be difficult or expensive, but you can do it however you want. You can buy a program or you can use Google Sheets, which is free and it comes with your Google Gmail suite. All right. So that's your database. I hope you found that helpful. That's what you're going to focus on today, and start adding those people that you are going to be visiting this week to your database. Businesses and the people that are at the businesses. All right. My name's Terry. Be your own sunshine. Thanks for joining me.